Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back. So by now, most of you have probably witnessed what I would say is my favorite moment now in sports history. Those of you guys that maybe want a little backstory. So NCAA's wraps up. Whoever made the decision to make WYATT Hendrickson and GABLE STEVESON go last, please, at ESPN, give that guy a raise. He doesn't deserve it. He didn't earn it. Everybody in the wrestling community said this is dumb. The best match is 184. Carter Starachi's going for his fourth, and Parker Ketkaisen's looking to, or his fifth, sorry, and Parker Ketkaisen's looking to knock him off. GABLE STEVESON, WYATT Hendrickson, we got an Olympic champion versus a guy that has never made the finals. This is a done deal. We know how this is going to end. Let's make the 184 the premier match. Let's start at 197. Let's just go through it. So the guy at ESPN that made this match, that did this, that set this up, the team within the wrestling community, we knew that that was not a good decision. And, you know, we knew GABLE STEVESON, he's the Olympic champion, he's the world champion, he's dominated everybody. He's only lost to one guy his freshman year twice, and he's taken 3 years off, but in that time, he's been wrestling. He's been working. He made a world team, decided not to go, and compete for the United States. So this is a done deal, right? We know WYATT Hendrickson is a lamb to the slaughter. Now, all praise, all honor goes to WYATT Hendrickson. The guy is a true American. He's a patriot. He graduated from the Air Force Academy, and the Air Force Academy doesn't let you redshirt. They don't let you go on a 5-year clock. You have to go on a 4-year clock if you, you can't compete as an athlete there. Sorry. So he gets the COVID year, gets an extra year. And, you know, he's a 3-time All-American, I believe, or a 2-time All-American maybe. And he decides to transfer to Oklahoma State to continue his wrestling career so he doesn't have to go into the military directly as a second lieutenant in the Air Force. So we know what's going to happen. He's going to go out there. It's going to be like the last time. Gable's destroyed everybody in this tournament. He's going to destroy WYATT. The last time they wrestled was in like the quarterfinals of the 2021 NCAAs. He tech-falled WYATT Hendrickson when WYATT was at Air Force. Well, WYATT Hendrickson had different plans. And when I say this is the most amazing wrestling, athletic feat, sports upset that I've personally ever witnessed, I don't say that very lightly. This, to understand from somebody outside of the wrestling world how good GABLE STEVESON is. So I've stood next to guys that have towered GABLE STEVESON, and he is not what you would think of as a huge person. So GABLE STEVESON is about 5'11", 6 foot, 265 pounds, 260 pounds, but he holds it well. He's very compact. He's very dense. He's not a huge, overwhelmingly big figure. I've also wrestled with Gino Petrichvili, so if you don't know who Gino is, he's the Georgian heavyweight that Gable beat in the Olympic finals. Gino is a huge human being that you would see coming down the street and walk away. Gable, big guy, but more on the athletic side, not so much on the overwhelming presence. If you didn't know who he was, you wouldn't really think anything of it. Gino is 6'5", almost 300 pounds. I would say pushing the 285. I guess it's 270, 265 in for international. So anyway, this is a big guy. Gable is a big individual, but not a overwhelming presence. So they go out there. I don't even know where I was going with that. But anyway, they go out there. Heavyweight match starts. And just as you would expect, Gable gets off to a shot. But what does WYATT do? WYATT doesn't let him get to his takedown. And WYATT fights off 2 takedowns in the first period. Ends up getting taken down later. Gets up 3-1. Goes down 3-2. Third period rolls around. Nobody's gotten a score. And there's 30 seconds left on the clock. WYATT Hendrickson shoots a shot, and you're like, well, Gable's going to do what he's done this entire time. It's not, it's not anything crazy. And WYATT Hendrickson, arms out, extended. Now, to explain to somebody how hard it is to move when your arms are extended. That's never wrestled before. It's one of the hardest things you can do. Now, to think about a 265-pound man when you're maybe 240, 250, I would say Wyatt is maybe around there. Pulling them in almost with one arm and reshooting, one of the hardest things you can do. I've never seen a feat like it in wrestling, especially with the magnitude of this moment. Now, if you guys know the sport of wrestling, you've kept up with Gable's career. And for one reason or another, Gable is not as well liked as the media makes it appear. So Gable has had a few instances in his life. I would say he's at a checkered past. You can go look that up. One of them involved some legal stuff, an SA incident, and charges were dropped. I'll leave my opinions on what happened to myself. But Gable's been through some hot water. He has really made things a show. And, he went to the WWE. And he even did it in this match. WYATT HENDRICKSON comes out with the American flag, and Gable's saying something. If anybody knows what Gable said, please leave it in the comment section below. I would love to hear it. And Wyatt just stays cool, says, "Hey, man, nice to see you." Walks to his corner, hands the American flag to his coaches, takes his shirt off, gets ready to wrestle. One of the greatest moments I've ever seen. I've never seen the crowd go as crazy as they did. He gets up, he wins, he gives the salute to Donald Trump, points to him because he's going to the military, gives thanks to his Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, class act, walks out of the building like a champion. Whoever made that decision at ESPN made an amazing decision. This was one of the greatest sports feats that I've ever seen in my life. I don't think that you can completely conceptualize what we just witnessed. And somebody outside of the wrestling world, I don't think you understand quite how good of an athlete and how dominant of an athlete Gable Steveson has been. It's one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. It's something that will go down in history. And oddly enough, two of the greatest wrestlers that have ever walked the earth, two Olympic champions, both named Gable, in their last match in college, got upset. So very interesting statistic there. Very interesting little backstory. WYATT HENDRICKSON is the man. Would love to have him on the podcast at some point, but pulling for the guy, amazing feat, and can't wait to see what happens next. So appreciate you guys sticking around. Hope you like that. Have a great day.